Okay, so this is where we are right now. The shoulder, starts to the waist, right? Marked. If anything, you guys have put some darts, correct? Somewhere. So this is where we're going now. Remember how we discussed the collar, right? The neckline? And now we're folding it, correct? And I decided my break to be at the waist, right here. That's how I want it. You're allowed to bring this up or down as long as it's in this line because it's only single breasted. So you can even go here if you want. It's up to you. Now this is my shape. And the next thing that I'm really making sure is that I need to mark everything. My armhole, with the shoulder pad of course, my side seam, my hip. I'm gonna tell you something. This is also where you decide what type of break do you want also. There's this break, but you can also round this up if you want to. I'm gonna round mine up. So I want this to be cute. Like, yeah, cute, okay. Actually, she might be a little shorter right now because she's a little long. No one wears it this long, but that's what the book is telling. This is basic. So then we're gonna take it out, making sure that your apex, your waist needs to be also marked, if you can. There you go. And we're just gonna trim it. We're gonna also now drape the collar, and that's very simple actually. Okay, so perfect. Looking at this, we already know where things are going, meaning we have rules, correct? Our dart cannot be at the apex. Am I right? Okay. Usually it's 1 inch away from the apex, correct? So I find the middle of my dart, which I already did. Make a line. From the apex, I go down 1 inch. I just go and make that. I know where my hip is because I marked it. From here, I don't think I want it to be so deep. So I think about 2 inches. It's up to you with this one. There's no right or wrong for this type of dart situation, just because your fit is gonna vary. It's just basically that. Your fit is gonna vary a lot. So anyways, I think at most, let's do a 5-inch length dart because you also don't want it to look like messy. So I think 5 inches right now, like, it's a pretty good length. So it's not so low, it's the high hip basically. So you don't want them to look messy. Now this is the part that we're getting at, right? Almost there. First, let's do this. Now I mark this, right? I open it up because I want to make sure that I also do the same thing that I did before. Middle of the dart. Actually, for people who make mistakes on the apex like me, just redraw the line. This way here, at least we have it, and just mark the one that you don't want. Okay. So then with this one, let's just also do it about between, depending on the size that you have, try to do no longer than 4.5 inches, like four something, somewhere along those lines. Why do I say that? You don't want it to be so long that it looks also messy. This is just supposed to help us. It's not supposed to be mainly. Okay. So I'll write it in my paper. I mean in my muslin, just for anyone who wants to reference. I think that helps, right? 5 inches, and this is 1 inch from apex. Okay. And we have learned plenty of times that we fold our darts. Hi! We fold our darts before we actually true. Yeah.
I find out.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'll go to you. Perfect. Thank you so much, Professor Juanita. We fold our darts facing the back to true it. I know I'm like a broken record with this one, but and we straight lines. We are not. Can I get a French curve, please? We connect the waist to the side seam, to the armhole. Sorry, seam. Oh, are you okay? Thank you so much. Now, this is where people get a little lost. My hip is not gonna be, and my waist are not gonna meet each other. They're not gonna be like this. No one's like that. As much as Kim Kardashian wants to. No. Usually you have to make it so it's curved into it. Okay? So that's what we're gonna achieve. We try to get as much as possible in the other side of our hip. We blend in the waist. Because remember, this is not knit. If you're doing knits, yeah, all day. But this is a woven. Now, I'm gonna round my hem because I want to. You guys can do whatever you want. You can do straight, you can give me zigzags, I don't care. You're not making this simple anyway, so you're fine. Okay, so then, and also like, I think she needs to be a little shorter. She was looking a little too, I don't know, not where I will be chopping. So then we go here, we open the dart, and now we're gonna do half, let's do have 1 inch seam allowance now. We're just screwing, guys. And after this, you guys can take a break. Okay? Yay. I think I torture you enough for a little bit. Now we're gonna drape the neck collar, and it's gonna go really fast. Okay. Oh, sorry, that was a horrible armhole. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened today. Remember, you always square off 1/4 of an inch from here. It makes a difference. And now we can open up our darts. We can flip this one out. And now we really true it. And it's actually, there you go. No French curve needed. Now we do 1/2 inch on the side, and we're gonna take out all the excess. This is gonna make more sense in a bit. Because remember when I told you to like notch where's your collar and where the start of your lapel is. And now we're gonna turn this, flip this over, and we're gonna do our neckline again. So we know. I know at this point it's a lot of technical stuff. It's just technical and technical. We can always put a pin, so this way when we turn it around, we're good. So now, we're just gonna cut it. And when we wanna continue, we flip it. Because everything 1/2 inch at this point, okay guys? Okay, so once you get here, you don't need the extra. Now, this is one thing though that I want you to keep in mind. If you have buttons bigger than 1 inch, you will need more space. At this point, we're assuming my buttons are the correct size. I don't need to worry about that, okay? Because I know there's certain buttons out there that are very beautiful and they're like 1.5 inches or that kind of thing, and they're thicker. So yes, that's the only caveat that I want you to understand. Just have 1 inch. Half an inch. And before you know it, we're gonna do our color too. And it's gonna be very simple. Or do you guys want to stop here and drape the color later? Oh, I didn't hear anybody.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay. Perfect. This way you have more time. Okay, so I want you to see how this will look like. Believe it or not, you're more than halfway done. I feel like this was easier than the raglan, to be honest.
Absolutely.
It's just a lot of technique.
It's a lot more chewing.
Hmm?
It's a lot more chewing.
Yeah, it's a lot more chewing, and you need to know what you're doing. Meaning, you need to know where you're marking. Because if you don't know where you're marking, or where you're looking at and how to chew things, then it makes it very difficult for you guys. But right now I'm just doing it really fast so you can see it.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, she's good.
So
I
we can
think-
make it shorter than the hip.
Oh
right?
yeah, you
Yeah,
can. Look at
she's-
this. She has
She's
shape
looking
now.
real
She
pregnant.
has risen. This is not it. I know I look like very 90s before, like very boxy, but now we have given her shape, we have given her a cutaway. You're allowed to do whatever you want here. And you're allowed to do whatever you want in the hem. You can shorten it, you can raise it, you can do whatever you want.
You need a peplum.
Mm?
You need a peplum.
If you want to. But that peplum, what happens with peplums though, you have to cut into the seam and you have to cut it on a circle.
Okay.
If you want to, you can, but I don't know if you have time. It's up to you. I'm not gonna stop you guys. But good luck. We're not putting pockets today. I wanted to, but we're not. Thank you.